Welcome to Meet JMT, Insights from Within, a series that introduces our industry professionals and provides them the opportunity to share their professional experiences, personal reflections, and sources of inspiration as individuals working in the architecture, engineering, and construction sectors.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Meet JMT podcast. My name is Jennifer, and I am your host and digital marketing manager here at JMT. Today, we have Tara Alexander joining us in celebration of Women's History Month. She is our Water Resources Section Head based in Round Rock, Texas. Tara, thank you so much for joining us today. Would you mind telling our listeners just a little bit more about yourself and your role here at JMT?
Sure. I lead our regional efforts in growing JMT's water resources footprint. This includes our 10 Texas offices plus Denver. My role entails visiting clients, industry partners, identifying market strategies, and working with our office leaders to grow their staff and increase our market presence. I will always have a passion for H&H design in Texas, where you can be in the mountainous desert, near the flat ocean terrain, rolling hill countries, or in the playas. It's always a different puzzle, so I still stay involved with some of our projects at a higher level while our talented staff takes care of the fine details.
Well, thank you so much for that additional introduction. It sounds like an incredible and dynamic role. What were some of your inspirations when you were deciding on what your professional career was going to be?
Well, so my path towards engineering was more of a meander than a straight shot. I was in my junior year of a business administration degree and cannot for the life of me think what I was going to do with this degree. Accounting, too, was killing me. I decided to take a semester off so I could regroup. I come from a small mining town which employed college students during the summer months. My last summer at FMC, they put me with the engineers, and I would go out into the abandoned sections of the mine to take and record air readings. I also worked on a drilling rig as a laborer feeding the 5-foot section of pipe all day. But then once we received the rock cores, the engineer would teach me how to classify those samples. Now, based on that experience at FMC, both working underground and in their power plant, I was hired on with Solvay to work on an underground survey crew during my semester off the business college. I would work with the surveyors during the day, then we would go back into the surface. I would help the engineer with his AutoCAD tasks. These experiences are really what sparked my interest in engineering, and I realized that I could pursue this field. I returned to university, still taking business classes, but also enrolling in a general engineering course to explore civil engineering. However, my plans took an unexpected turn and I became pregnant with my son, Marley. And as a single mom, I decided to move back to my hometown to be near my parents and to regroup yet again. And despite these challenges, my desire to become an engineer grew stronger. I had to care for a whole other human being this time. So when Marley was a year old, I took a couple of remote classes, trigonometry and surveying, back when you had to snail mail your homework to the professor. When Marley was 1.5 years old, I moved back to university full-time and I never looked back. In fact, I got way better grades than I ever did in the business college. The journey was winding and challenging, but it made me stronger and more determined. Today, I love my career in engineering and wouldn't change a thing about my path.
I think that's amazing. I think we all can say at some point we've come into crossroads, right, where we don't know what our next steps are going to be in life, but we have this dream. And that's really what continues to push us into the direction that we're meant to be on. And of course, nothing works out exactly how we expect it to, but that is just the beauty of life. So thank you so much for sharing that. Can you tell us about a significant project you've worked on and how that may have impacted you, our company, or even the EEC industry as a whole?
Sure, yeah. Since moving to Texas in 2012, my career has focused on TxDOT H&H design, hydrology and hydraulics. I love being a drainage engineer for TxDOT because I get to work all over the state and every project has a unique approach. From the desert to the coast and everything in between, there are some big challenges in transportation H&H, and I am never bored. When I joined the firm 6 years ago, JMT was using what they called a TBO, or a Texas Virtual Office, to help them do their drainage designs. And I was hired here as a project manager. And I love the entrepreneurial spirit I've been able to embrace at JMT. And it was not long before I had my hands around several existing projects and subsumed myself into some major new projects that we had going on, many of which are in construction currently. So slowly over the years, we have grown as a water resource department in Texas, from me in my first CIT to now, where we have 12 full-time employees with staff in 4 of our Texas offices. This summer, we're also going to add interns in our Tyler and Round Rock office. I would say not just one, but the multitude of projects that I've taken on, from our internal clients, our PMs, to our external teaming partners, have been a significant impact to me and allowed me to follow my career goals, which ultimately were to build a kick-ass water resource department.
I think that's amazing. You've been able to balance those major projects while helping to, build a strong, expanding team. Outside of your day-to-day work life, are there any hobbies or interests that you really feel have influenced your professional journey?
Yes. Okay. So for over 25 years, I was managing lower back pain with muscle relaxers, pain medication, and massage. It would wipe me out sometimes for several days, but I would get back onto it. And then this approach was working for me until about early 2021, when the pain became almost constant. It evolved into sciatica, which was causing a burning sensation down my leg into my foot. Simple movements became difficult. I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, and I couldn't sleep comfortably. I had a couple of MRIs with a pain management specialist at the time, and I did not want to accept the cure, which included invasive procedures and drugs. So I found myself a new massage therapist, and she had recommended a holistic chiropractor and introduced me to energy healing. As it turns out, I have an avid interest in the energy healing practices, and I'm loving all things woo-woo. Lately, I've been practicing meditation, chakra balancing, letting go, forgiveness, shadow work, inner child healing, and communing with spirit guides. This holistic approach has kept me pain-free and fully mobile for over a year, allowing me to enjoy activities like cleaning out my garage without having any issues. How has this influenced my professional journey? I feel over the last couple of years, I'm a much kinder and grounded human today, which influences every role that I play in life.
Well, I know firsthand how back pain, really any type of body pain, can take a toll on your professional and personal life. It's absolutely terrible. So I'm glad you found something that has really worked for you. And I might need to get with you after this to learn about energy healing because I need something that works for me. I want to thank you so much for sharing your story today. Do you have any closing thoughts or even words of wisdom for women or young girls looking to enter the AEC industry one day?
Yes, never let your upbringing, circumstances, or most importantly, your mind stop you from pursuing your passions, even if you don't know quite where it's going to lead you. I mean, look at me. I was born and raised in a small Wyoming town of 10,000 people. They still have the same 4 stoplights that were there when I was a kid. I mean, it's really a place where time stands still. Now here I am in Austin, Texas, an amazing, diverse, dynamic city. I've overseen drainage designs for $500 million interstate projects. I was a chartering president for the American Society of Highway Engineers in Central Texas, and I spend all day making major decisions on behalf of JMT, the staff, and our clients. It's not always easy, and this job is not for the faint of heart. However, civil engineering is such a rewarding career to me. Love yourself to know that you are special and you deserve to pursue and accomplish any goal you set out to achieve. Sometimes it will require your blood, sweat, and tears, but it is oh so worth it.
Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed the Meet JMT podcast today. Remember to subscribe, post a review, and of course, encourage your friends and colleagues to do the same.